Another day, another confidence video. Hi guys, my name is Stephania. Welcome to our channel where I remind you just how powerful you are from within and how you get to choose the life that you get to experience from within in your physical world, and that there's absolutely nothing to be afraid of. So, the topic of this video is, how valuable are you? Where does your value come from? And how can you enhance your value so you can feel amazing, be amazing, and get to live the life of your dreams? So if for whatever reason, right this moment, you're feeling the illusion of worthlessness, you think that you don't have enough success in your life or that you haven't experienced enough success compared to your peers, you're feeling defeated, you're feeling like you start projects and you don't finish them. And even if you do have some successes, you feel unvaluable, right? Like you're like, oh my God, what has my life come down to? I don't feel like I've done anything worth talking about or sharing with others. So hopefully by now you know the drill. Come back to the present moment. Let's erase all those pesky illusions, conversations in your head, those memories, the attachments of your ego at this moment. We're going to let them go and come back to your present moment that is full of love, full of safety, full of support. Come back to the present moment and know that you are whole and complete with or without any of the stories that might be lingering in your beautiful human brain. Okay? So, if you've been to my channel before, you heard me talk about how the physical world is a beautiful illusion where we get to experience life, but it's not really the true essence of who we are, right? All of us are this beautiful consciousness, and this beautiful consciousness, the observer, the awareness that observes this experience, is truly at the root of who we are. That means it's not our experiences, it's not our memories, it's not our physical being, it's not even our relationships. It is nothing in this physical world. And the beauty of that is that when you understand that, you get so much freedom because right now, this present moment becomes your ground zero. So you see, even though you might have accomplished a lot of beautiful things and successful things in your physical life, they can still hinder your own growth or your own freedom to experience more things, because if your worth comes from something that is merely temporary, you're going to feel unstable. However, what this video is about is to share with you and remind you that you're so much bigger than everything you have experienced up to date. So, the beauty in that is that you get to choose whenever you want to have a different experience, despite whatever failures you might have had in the past, whatever successes, whatever identifications you had in the past. You see, those are all egoic labels. The ego is not bad in itself. Sometimes I think people use the word ego as arrogance, but in the way that I'm using it is, the ego is the human identification with its physical form. The ego gets to experience physical form, but it's limited in its old identification. So if you want to experience something new, for you to be able to grow, you have to understand that you are much bigger than your physical identity. And that's where your true value comes from. So, for example, somebody who thinks their value, which would be their ego identifying with their value as, let's say, their youth, their beauty, sometimes like a certain organization, their career, their financial status. So, those are all experiences. But once you believe that's where your value comes from, it can be problematic because, for whatever reason, well, not for whatever reason, actually, those things are temporary. So there's going to be a point where you no longer have those things as your own possession because everything's temporary. Your youth goes away, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but it also changes all the time, right? Um, Your ideas are temporary, your knowledge base, like you can think you are very wise at some point, but then, the world changes and new ideas are better than old ones. And then your human mind might feel a sense of lack or depression or instability because the thing that gave it its worth, where it thought its value was pertaining to, no longer is, because everything is temporary. So a lot of times that's why certain human minds or the ego falls to self-abandonment because it doesn't know where to go once the old identity has departed from its experience. But the good news is, I think those steps are necessary for you to realize that you're actually not your physical identity, your ego identity, that your value comes from something so much greater than that. And when you finally realize and make that connection that your value is something that can never be taken away from you, that's when you give your immense and infinite creative energy from within freedom to choose the life that you actually want to experience for yourself. It's really, really, really cool when you're no longer identified with your memories, your past, even if, like I said, they were your former successes. Because now, no matter what's taken from you in the material plane, you're not going to give up. You know that as you choose within, you get to experience new outcomes. And in that, you know that nothing can stop your growth in this physical plane because you are the creator, the one that gets to choose your human experience despite whatever loss, lack, illness you might have experienced in the past. It's really, really fun, you guys. But that's where your strength comes from, your stamina, your determination, and even your willpower. It's not something you force yourself out of because then you're always going to need force, and using force is exhausting. Trust me, I used to be very forceful in the way that I used to handle the physical world. But as you choose within and you claim that identity, know that your value is insurmountable. And also, like, it's so important for you to know your value because that's, for me, what I realized is a direct correlation to being able to share your art with the world, share what you love, have a voice, an opinion on things. Because once you know that you're valuable, you actually give yourself freedom of expression, right? And you're not going to think you're worthless and that you don't deserve to be paid. I think money strongly correlated with the way that you value yourself, and even in the courage that you have to start a business or to start dating somebody new or new relationships. Because if you fall into the illusion that you're worthless, you're going to experience kind of being a pushover, which means you're going to allow the 3D world to push you around and it's all an illusion. Choose from within, understand your power, and as you see it, it will be translated to every aspect of your life. And I leave you guys with that. Let me know if this video was helpful, if I should make another one to further develop these topics, or what other topics would you like to hear next? I love you guys so much. I have other links. I also do one-on-one coaching. You totally don't need anything from anyone, but if you find the support helpful, I would love to be there for you. Yeah, I have other links and follow my other channels. Love you guys. Have a great day and present moment. Bye bye.